Welcome back. Got some Amulet Titan here. Alright. Up against God's Shadow. Name sounds really familiar. Got turn 4 Titan hand. That gets me Titan. Yeah, I think I'll keep this. It's not a great hand, but... Okay, up against probably Mardu's Shadow then. Wow. That is too many Azusas for my liking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it doesn't matter, so let's take the Radiant Fountain. And I'll play Field the Dead. Just get, it's coming to play tapped ability out of the way. My opponent thought seizes me, they're not getting anything. 3 Azusas is basically a mulligan. This is my hand right here. Real unlucky about drawing that third one. Okay. Next turn I'll just play Azusa and dump my hand. Alright, my hand just got a lot better. I still have to play around Field the Dead. Not really anything I can do about it, to be honest. Sorry, Field of Ruin. Let's go Breeding Pool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just gonna play the other Field of the Dead, and because if I play the Simic Growth Chamber, right, then I'll bounce something back to my hand. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. If my opponent blows it up, I think I'll play the Field. And then next turn, assuming Azusa lives, right, because why wouldn't she? Then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll play the Simic Growth Chamber and replay a Forest, and have Titan mana. Okay. Up for that turn 4 Titan, which I'd said I had the chance to grab there. Not blocking anything here. Go ahead, knock me down. Okay, so I'm good to go here. So I have one land drop left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 land types. Field of Dead's going to trigger. What do I want to grab? I have one land drop left. I have to grab 2 different names. I'll grab Tolaria West. Maybe the Boros Garrison here. Yeah. Not F6 in case my opponent plays Leonin Arbiter. I want to be able to cast this Summoner's Pact. Okay. Field the Dead is too strong. We win this. Dismember's probably good here. I might be interested in a Baloth or two, just a bigger threat than my opponent has. EE's probably also interesting to me. Like, I might just go full mid-range here with the trackers, Rexage, Ramanop, even like a Beast Within. And in that case, well, Pact of Negation seems a bit worse. I'm assuming my opponent's got Leonin Arbiter. Just a gut feeling. Bog doesn't do too much here. I really like Explore when I'm on that mid-range plan. I'm cutting Azusa's because if my plan is to play Tracker and Baloth, like, I don't need to get to 6 mana as quickly, and that way Scout and Explore do a very good job. I also don't need quite as many amulets if I'm not trying to get as high. Yeah, actually, something like that. I'm trimming packs because, again, I'm bringing in my threat density. I just need to play one Titan to win. I don't need the Chain Titans in this matchup to win the game. This is a mulligan, though. Yeah, I actually think this hand's fine in this style matchup. And I can bottom. No counter magic. Bottom the Cavern, I guess. Turn 1 Breeding Pool tapped. Turn 2 Garenbrig Explore. Or actually... Sure. So phone's definitely on Flicker Wisp, right? Beast Within does not line up nicely against my opponent's current threats. Giant Killer. Interesting. Setting myself up so I have Titan mana for next turn. Next turn I can play my Snow-Covered Forest and use Castle Garenbrig. Yeah, I think I take that trade. Just waiting until eventually I can drop a Titan here. sometimes that's what this deck does, you know. So you build an entire deck around one card, and sometimes you just don't draw that card. I'm 13 cards deep, and I haven't hit it yet. I know I did take out 2 packs and 2 Once Upon a Times. But I still think I have enough threat density to have drawn something by now. Even an Obstinate Baloth is bigger than what my opponent has. I think I care about this. And I can drop a Titan and attack with him next turn if I draw him. And if I don't, I'm dead. Not that I'm attacking with it with this chop down in their hand, but honestly I just need one Field of Dead trigger and I kind of just win here. If I top deck a Titan, I think the game is just over. Not a Titan. But it is a blocker, so that's kind of nice. Oddly enough, if I sacrifice a clue, I actually make turn Giant Killer on, so I can't do that till I'm blocking. Or even just not at all. So if I crack a clue, he's dead anyway, so I'm just going to let this happen. There we go. Okay. I need land and zombies. Sorry, life and zombies. So let's go. I have 1 land drop I can make. This guy's just going to get chopped down. I already have the other pact. So I think I'm going to go Field of the Dead, Radiant Fountain, and then play another land. Well, that only puts me up to 4. But that would let me play around like a Flicker Wisp, which deals 3. So I think I like that a lot. Now I can make an instant speed zombie if I need to. And I think I'll just end it here. So I could have attacked, but I chose not to because I know about this Giant Killer in their hand. Otherwise I probably would have set myself up to. No, they're a white deck, they can run Path. Here's the Flicker Wisp. No? The big thing is, like, attacking didn't even win me the game there if I could have attacked. So, Giver of Runes is the pickup off the Ranger Captain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's Stoneforge. So what I can do is I can Ghost Quarter like my own snow-covered forest and grab another snow-covered forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And get another zombie if I need to. Rex Age is already dead, so I cannot really deal with that Sword of Feast and Famine. My two ways of dealing with it, Beast Within and Rex Age, are already there. You just gotta be prime time here. So I'm dead to Sword of Feast and Famine, right? So if they put that on their biggest creature, all right, I'm just going to grab Engineered Explosives then on 3 to blow up that Sword of Feast and Famine. It's the only way I don't die, right? And I have plenty of mana to do that. I could attack, but if their last card is Path, I get kind of chopped down and kind of just lose this game. Let's make an American Engineered Explosives. Play a land for turn. Give another chop down. All right. Titan. Could be Titan. Not exactly what I'm looking for here, but okay, I need to represent 2. They can still flash into Flicker Wisp, which will just kill me. I think I can safely swing. I really can't safely do anything here. Actually, Flicker Wisp I had the EE for. Yeah, let's do that. Although Flicker Wisp actually just kills me for bouncing my Scout. If they have Flicker Wisp, I'm dead. Actually, Giant Killer can just tap my Scout. Dead. Yeah. Alright. Force of Vigor's probably more important here than I originally had considered. I thought they were more of a Taxes deck and less of a Stoneforge. Means I might want the extra Engineered Explosives. Means I like these Baloths a lot. Yeah, this hand's good. Obviously, I need to hit a land with the Once Upon a Time, but I have a pretty good chance of that usually. This hand was only good because I was on the play. It's like my opponent can try to out-aggro me here. Especially with the Baloth in hand, that creature's just as big as any of theirs. They can chop down Baloth, and it's not quite as good for me as when they chop down like a Prime Time, but... Yeah. That can be a little upsetting, but that was a really good draw. Do you want a Baloth now or Baloth later? I think I'll just Baloth later. Not under any pressure, and I'd rather just keep progressing my land drops. To Baloth now, I'd basically be setting myself back a land drop right there. I'll also need 4 mana to be able to cast Force of Vigor because I don't have an extra greens in my hand. My opponent was nice enough to give me another target for that Force of Vigor with the Vial. So what do I want to do here? 1, 2, 3. They're going to flash in Sword of Feast and Famine, which will make this Baloth kind of unnecessary. I think what I'll do just hold up Force of Vigor and actually just pay for it. If I had drawn... I mean, what I could do is I could play the Baloth here and then exile the Primetime from my hand, blow up the Feast and the Vial, but that just puts me back, I think, too far. If I'd drawn like a Scout, I think that's something I would have done. I'd rather blow up the Feast and Famine, but I can try to get an EE to deal with that later. Okay. And next turn I Titan, pick up the EE, and then have that ready for the Sword of Feast and Famine. Next turn I'm not tightening. Next turn I bail off. Alright, now I have to deal with that. That little mean guy. Fortunately, this Revoker is very big against me now. Opponent's running 2 Batter Skulls. I find that really interesting. So how do I want to do this? I think I just want to play Titan. If they have a path, they could mess up my plan a little bit with Azusa. Alright. Should have a path other than Path Azusa anyway. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'll grab another Field of the Dead and a Tularia West, and then I can use Vesuva as a bounce land next turn to pick it up and do more things with it. Does this line does not lose a Damping Sphere because I already have the Breeding Pool in play. Alright. And I have the Forest to discard to the Revoker. Now, if my opponent can't kill my Titan, I can just, even if with the Batter Skull, even if they make the Batter Skull somehow equipped with a Feast and Famine, it's too, like let's say they make a 8 power lifelink pro green vigilance, they go up to 14, they go up to 22 with a block. I don't think it's, I can always grab EE and kill the Germ or kill the Revoker. Actually, I can't because of the Revoker. What would I have done next turn if my opponent hadn't just conceded right there? I think the concession was a bit premature. They could flash in a Batter Skull, go up to 10. Nah, I guess not. I guess the concession was correct. I just hadn't fully... Like, once I get the double strike land, this prime time, there's nothing they can do with it. I'm just going to trample a bunch over. Unfortunately, because the way protection works, the first strike and second strike damage, that will soak up 6. But this prime time right here with double strike will trample right over, deal 6 over it, and they're at 6. They'd be at 10, but then that eats up right there. Block. Yeah. This is a good matchup. Game 2, I just never drew into what I needed, and as you can see, Sword of Feast and Famine is very, very strong. Opponent baited us out with the Batter Skull early, and I think the tempo decision I made was correct with the Force of Vigoring the Batter Skull, and I hadn't planned on Phyrexian Revoker on EE. Like, I just couldn't, you can't play around that type of thing. And I think setting myself up with that EE line to kill the sword was the correct line at the time. So that's the match. Hope you guys like it. I'll see you in the next one.